So what's in the box? Something wrapped in bubble wrap. Well, what is in the bubble wrap? Why, it's a PC-9821RA43. The PC-98 series was released by NEC in Japan and only in Japan, and it was meant to compete with IBM PC kinds of things in Japan. And because the Japanese character set requires pretty good graphics to render, these machines are known for having fairly good graphics capabilities for the time. And I have one because I want to try to get it to work with this PC-FXGA card. This is a card that has the NEC PC-FX game console chipset on it that allows you to run such games on a PC-98. And in particular, NEC created a consumer SDK for it, so people could make their own NEC PC-FX games. Sadly, the PC-FX failed on the market, and it was never released outside of Japan. Okay, so I plugged in a PC-98 keyboard and mouse. These are actually from a different model of PC-98, an earlier model, I think, but the plugs seem to be compatible, so let's hope. Very important, the Japanese power standard uses the same mechanical plug that we use here in the US, but it uses a lower voltage. It uses 100 volts. So do not run one of these Japanese computers without one of these transformers. I have a story about that I may tell you another time. So let's flip it on. I also used a VGA cable to plug in this gateway monitor. It's an FPD2485W. Moment of truth. All right, let's hit this on button and see what happens. Set the software dip switch. It keeps beeping at me. Is that good or bad? It says something in Japanese. It's doing a memory check of some sort. So it has your standard DOS style 640. So this thing will run MS-DOS and I believe Windows 98 or something like that. But it's not compatible with the IBM PCs that you would know about in the West. It's got its own version of these things. Oh, there's a good sign. It's testing extended memory. It seems happy about that. It says some more stuff in Japanese. Oh, and I've got some kind of menu here. All right, now we're cooking with gas. And the mouse seems to work, so that's a good thing. I should mention that you're used to, on US-style computers, the C drive being the hard drive. On the PC-98, the A is the hard drive. So this is a floppy disk that came with the PC-FXGA. Let's plug it in and see what's on this. And it looks like on this machine, the E drive is the floppy drive. All right, so we have FXGA.exe and install.exe. Those are two programs that I need. Can I just drag and drop them over onto my A drive over here? Let's see. I'm going to drag it over to my A drive. Oh boy, which of these means yes? Let me ask my phone real quick what this means. Okay, so it translates to the selected file is negative, sheep to sheep. Can I help you? Yes, sir. No. Sure, I guess. Yes, sir. Okay, so it looks like those files that are on the floppy disk are now on the hard drive, this A drive over here. So that's a good sign. FXGA, I believe, is the program you need to run to actually start up a special mode of the PC-98 where the PC-FXGA card knows how to talk to the CD drive. It won't work without that. And I'm guessing install is about installing some drivers. Let's find out. Okay, in the user's manual, the installation procedure for the card is many pages before running this install.exe. So it looks like it wants me to install the card first. So let's get the machine open. So here's the actual card. It's got various video and sound and game port connectors. It actually needs its own separate power supply, which is kind of weird. And notice it actually has two boards that are hooked together. Here's our connector. And you'll notice this is not a PCI card, and it's not, let's see, what was the other standard? ISA, I think it was. I can't remember. Anyway, this is called a CBUS card, and it was particular to the PC-98 standard. Actually, do I need to take the whole machine apart, or can I just get in from the back here just to do this slot? Actually, it looks like it's just two screws. Okay, you take off those two screws and this cover plate comes right out, and presumably the card goes right in. Alright, so here's a little card. Sliding the little card. You know, I'm going to go ahead and get the lid off just to make sure this is going to wind up seated well. Okay, that was a little nerve-wracking. This didn't seem to want to line up right. I kind of had to shove down on this a little bit to get everything to fit. Huh. Okay, so I hooked up the sound. The way the system works is you take the sound out of the computer and you put it into a sound input on the card, and then it mixes the sound from the computer, I guess when it plays audio off the CD-ROM, and then it mixes it, I presume, with the sound on the card, and then that goes out to your speakers. Let's see, and I also need to plug in the gamepad. Okay, this is exciting. So the chipset on the card more or less runs independently of the rest of the computer. The computer is really just kind of providing the CD-ROM interface, I guess. So before the computer itself even boots up, you'll see this starting screen from the PCFX. And let's see, I can use the controller here to move this cursor around. Now, if I actually put a PCFX game into the drive here and try to run it, it won't go because I have to run this FXGA program, and I think I also have to run this install program. Now, can I double click this right here? Okay. Huh. Okay, I hit a bunch of random keys and this appeared. I don't know if it's because I hit the random keys or if just enough time passed while it was hitting the random keys. So let me ask my phone what this says. Okay, so it says, please specify the directory to install. I'm guessing PCFX. And then it says, the directory does not exist. Is it okay to create? And the second option translates to no, 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 no. So that's a lot of no's. So I'm going to presume the first option is yes. So let's hit return here. And did that do something? Okay, don't know what happened there. I hit return and it sent me back here. So maybe it finished running that program. Let's try running a game. Okay, so I'm going to try just double clicking on this FXGA.EXE. Okay, and I put a game in. Let's see if I say run. That doesn't seem to be doing anything. Now, I think this should tell me something. So, let's see. Can I just drop back to MS-DOS? Ah, it looks like Shift F9 activate command start prompt. Let's try that. Ah, there we go. Okay, so now it's telling me this, and it says the installation has ended. Please press something key. All right. Oh, now it's created a PCFX directory. Maybe it did that before and I missed it? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's go look inside of it. Okay, so inside that directory, there's FXGA.EXE, which I think is the same as the FXGA I copied over, but I'm just going to run it from here for good luck. Ah, so now it's asking me something. So it says there's no flow 2-bit disk. It is not possible to pack up as it is. Do you want to start the game? Oh, this is having to do with the fact that you can make a floppy disk that has a file on it that will emulate the memory pack, I guess, on a PCFX. Let's go ahead and start the game anyway. Okay. Hit run. Should I have heard some cool sound? I feel like I should have. Okay, what happens if I press run here? Oh, I hear a drive going. Oh, look at this. So there's a little sort of a creature of some sort. And there's somebody with a sword. They're chasing each other. I bet I need sound here. Why am I not getting sound? Ah. I didn't have it turned up. No idea what's going on. Can we skip this? Oh, that's interesting. That sound's not coming out these speakers. That sound is actually coming out the PC. Oh, it's coming out both. Wait, it's coming out the PC speaker and coming out over here. I'm not sure what's going on. Huh. Anyway, let us start. Okay. Cutscene. I kind of just want to play the game. So I'm hitting the run button here. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna try out this game. Be right back. Okay. There's a volume down here, and when I turn it down, the sound stops coming out of the speaker, but it's coming out of these speakers now. Alright. And that key up sort of sound there that the character's making seems to only come out of these speakers and not this speaker. So I have a feeling that the music is being streamed off the drive. Something like that. So I went up and I beat up some monsters, and there was this gem, and I guess there's this lady hanging out in the gem, and then she spins against the weird background. You got me. And then that happens. No, while the game is going, the machine's locked out. But you can hit the escape key to go back out and then do stuff on your machine. But once you've done that, your game actually stops. There's no way to pause the game here, work on the computer, and then go back to your game. Okay, so I put a blank disk in the E drive, and I presume this is telling me, hey, you have a blank disk in the E drive. Now, let's see. This is telling me something new when I try this FXGA. I'm hoping it's saying, hey, I noticed you have a floppy disk. Would you like this to be a memory disk? You know, I'm not even going to translate it. Let's just assume that that's what it's telling me. Oh, wait, it's doing something with the floppy disk. That's probably what it was doing. All right. Now, if I go over here to my actual NEC PC-FX... Whoa! Okay, that was loud. All right. Now, I think I need to actually go in and format the ROM, maybe? I don't know. No idea. It's asking me something. It wants me to do this or this. I'm going to have to ask my phone again. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, it seems to indicate in the manual that these symbols represent PCFX back, and these symbols are formatting PCFX card. So one I think is for an external memory card, and I think the other is for the internal PCFX memory. So let's try formatting both of these actually, right? So let's format the one on the left. Does this mean format? Okay, so I'm going to suppose that the one on the left says yes, format. Oh, I hear the disk going. That's interesting. Clicky, clicky, clicky. That seems to be taking a while. Why is that taking so long? Okay, that took a while, but it seemed happy with it. All right, so what about this one here? Can we format that one, whatever that one is? Sure. Okay, now the disk is going. Okay, so that one seemed to work. Let's exit. I guess this means exit. All right. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in a game that I know doesn't start up unless you have memory. Something, 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 something. Can I skip this? I heard it access the disk there. Sure. Okay. So, yeah. Sure. Yes. Well then. Okay. Yeah, why not? I have no idea what I just told it to do. So there's a bunch of flowers. Sure. Have no idea what's going on. Oh, I'm on a map. Yeah. So it came with some CDs. One is this Same Game FX. Notice it says PC-FXGA. Apparently this will not run in an original PCFX because it uses a 3D graphics chip that is on this card, but was very foolishly on NEC's part left off of the NEC PC-FX. So the PC-FX focused on full motion video, and NEC apparently thought that was the future of gaming, and that was a big mistake. So the CD is apparently drive G. Now, does that run from here, or does that need to run from the NEC PC-FX itself? Let's see. If I double click on G, does anything come up here? Okay. Help. No, I don't want any of this. Go away. Okay. Okay, so it looks like this wants to run from that PCFX. Let's see, do I have to run it from the command line, or can I run it from here? Okay, let's try running it here. No, it looks like it does not like it when I run it from that graphical menu. It looks like it only likes it when I run it from DOS. I'm not sure what keyboard command I just hit to return me back to this menu, but whatever it was, it returned me back to this menu. So let's see, I need to do Shift F9 to go to DOS and hit return a couple times apparently. All right, so now let me do that FXGA program. Yeah, it really wants me to run it from the command line. All right. Okay, it's talking to the disk. I guess it's looking for the memory. All right, let's run. Game start. So apparently this is using the 3D graphics chip. Okay, it's a match 3 thing. Look at those rotating cubes. All right, enough of that. And there's also this project team disk that's marked as PCFXGA, and apparently this is supposed to run from the main operating system. So let's try that. Okay, so the manual says this CD-ROM contains some programs and CG animation. We have prepared a simple menu system so you can use them easily. If you want to use the CD-ROM, please start this menu system first. If you have Windows, you can do blah, blah, blah. I don't think I have Windows. So from the command line, move to the CD-ROM drive and menu_DOS run. All right. Okay, so that's the contents of the G drive. Let's try menu_DOS. So it tells me this, which translates to the FXGA driver is not included. Do you want to install? Anyway, sure, let's install. Do I want to do this? I'm guessing I'm installing in PCFXPIO.SYS. That's my guess. Sure, let's install that. Do I want to do this? So config.sys, we're adding some device, a PCFXPIO. So it looks like this is going to use the card in a different mode. So I think we've previously been running it where it's basically a PCFX running kind of independent of the machine. I'm guessing this lets the main computer run the PCFXGA card more as a coprocessor, something like that. I have no idea. Okay, I said yes. And then what? Okay, I gave up on the menu. Let's see what mixplay does. Use mixplay mixfile. Okay. Let's see. Let's take another look at the directory. Let's see. There's an anim2 directory. Let's go see what's in that. CD anim2. All right, here we go. There's a chess2 mix, a chess4 mix. Guess you could use mixplay on that. What about these bat files? Let's try one of those. Let's do anim2_2 and see what happens. Ah, this is playing the chess2 mix. Okay, so the batch file is open chess2. Oh, okay, here we go. Ah, so it's a little animation demo. Sorts of things you might expect. So the horsey is being blocked from getting to the queen, I guess. Okay, but the queen and the horsey want to get together. And the queen is being menaced. Okay, I think we got the idea. Let's see, if I hit escape, can we leave? What about control? Oh. Okay, so hitting escape left, but it paused it there. Okay, so this is a different mode of operation than we had before. What about anim2_4? Wait, is this the same demo? It's the same music. I think this is the same demo. Okay, I found an image directory. Let's try image_2. So this is running FXGA2.mix. So let's see. Oh, this person has the PCFXGA box, and when they touch it, a bunch of screens and grids and stuff pop out. And this spaceship thing appears. Okay. So there's also an anim1 directory, so let's try anim1_2, and I'm just going to assume that 4 is the same. Oh, maybe these are of different qualities. Notice that Dragon 2 and Dragon 4 have different file sizes. Wait, so are these just pre-rendered movies and not using the 3D hardware? So I thought that these would be demos using the graphics hardware, but maybe these are just demos of people doing animation in general. I have no idea. Probably this little guide here would tell us. Too much information. Okay, so we have blue glowing spheres. And now we have petals opening. Oh, there's a dragonfly. Okay, that's great. Yeah, now I'm starting to think that maybe this is just pre-rendered animation, and it's just a demo of maybe students doing animation or something. I had assumed that these would be demos of the actual 3D hardware, but I don't know. Okay, so we have a dragonfly. Great. Okay, so let's check out game 1. Okay, game 1. Cannot open PCFXPIO.SYS. Let's see, game 2 is giving me the same error about not being able to open PCFXPIO.SYS. But something happened earlier because there's now an FXGA directory that has a SYS directory in it, and within that it has this PCFXPIO.SYS file. So what's it complaining about? Okay, let's see what's in this Genie1 directory. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff in here. GME, emedit. What does emedit do? Must be run under Microsoft Windows. Okay, what about GME? It's saying something about Microsoft Windows. What does parts_sym do? That one's Microsoft Windows. Okay, it looks like we're going to have to figure out how to get Windows running on this. So there's a directory called omake, and there's something in there called mkroll, which if I run it does that. Okay, whatever. Let's see, there's another program here called DGINST. Maybe that will install something useful? No, that one's Microsoft Windows. Okay. So there is a PCFXPIO.TXT file. Let's see what it says. Okay, it says this. Wait, there's something in here, a line device equals PCFXPIO.SYS, and it says config.sys. Maybe I need to actually add a line to a config.sys file. It's been a long time since I've done anything DOS related. Okay, let's see. So it translates to something like, change the above command to config, add it to sys. The installation will be automatically combined, it will be loaded. Oh, so it looks like it wants me to manually add a device equal PCFXPIO.SYS line somewhere. Let's see, if I double click on this, will it pull up some text editor? No. Okay, apparently there's a text editor called SEDIT. So we'll do SEDIT config.sys. Oh boy. Okay, this is scary. I'm going to try to make this work. Okay, so based on these other entries, it looks like it wants the full path, although I'm not sure when it wants the A colon or not. So it's FXGA, sys, PCFXPIO.SYS, and notice that this OS uses this yin symbol instead of a slash to indicate its directory structure. Okay, now I need to figure out which of these options down here means save and exit. Okay, so apparently 1 here stands for file, and so I hit F1, and then it brought up this menu. Sorry, my Osmo gimbal camera seems to be a little bit cattywampus at the moment. Anyway, that translates to something that includes a line like save and finish editing the file, which is E. So I'm going to try pressing E. All right, let's press E. All right. So that's now in that config file. I don't know if I need to reboot or not. Okay, let's try game 1 again. It's still complaining. Maybe I need to reboot. Okay, so I rebooted and ran game 1, and this time it did a bunch of stuff. Do I actually have a game? Maybe not. Well, let's try that again. Okay, game 1. Let's try that again. So this starts. It's showing me some sort of screen. What is it saying? Something about startup.0. Huh. And then it goes away. All right, well, let's try game 2. Okay, so it's doing a bunch of stuff. It's loading segments, loading palettes, it's loading a pose and a motion and PCM and DGSeg, and it's telling me something about startup.0, and then it's going back. Oh wait, but this one's actually doing something. I have some characters here. Do I need to press run? Oh, look at that. I have low polygon people. Yeah. Ron and Geo. Now, I've got my controller here. Oh, now this is interesting. This is running over here, but this does not seem to be locked out over here. So I can actually type stuff. That's different than the FXGA programs we were running earlier. All right, so here's Ron and Geo. Now, does this just have Ron and Geo spin and not do anything else? I'm pressing buttons on the controller, but nothing seems to be happening. But it's kind of running independently. Okay. Now that PCFXPIO.SYS seems to be registering, let's try this menu DOS thing again. Now there we go. All right. So we've already seen Dragonfly. We've seen chess. What are the rest of these things? Let's see. What's Jercrius? It's talking about the startup.o. Now, is it actually going to do something? Now, is that blue screen a complaint or a statement? Okay, well, let's try whatever number 5 is. Okay, it's giving me that startup.o, whatever this is. Now, does it want me to do something? Oh, this was that thing we saw earlier with the dudes, right? This is where the dudes come in. Let's see, what is then number 1 up here? That's FXGA4 mix. Oh, that's this thing with the person. Okay, whatever. Let's see. So, Jercrius didn't run. What does 7 do? Oh, 7 exits. Okay, let's go back in. Oh, wait a minute. Apparently game 1 does run. I just waited too long. I just wasn't waiting long enough. Ah, here we go. And the controller is doing something. Let's see. One of the buttons jumps, it looks like. And another button fires, maybe? Okay, this button fires, this button jumps. I have a feeling something's not quite working quite right. Oh wait, you can mini jump, okay. Not sure what's going on there. Okay. And the package came with this little brochure for the Human Creative School, the Human Multimedia Network School, where I guess you could learn to do 3D graphics and animation and 3D polygon video game with the PCFXGA, I guess, as part of your curriculum. Multimedia. In this building, I guess. There you go.